The universe is a place of exquisite violence. Behind every shining star, every brilliant galaxy, and every picturesque nebula lies a brutal truth. This cosmos is not kind. It is not merciful. It does not mourn. For every planet that thrives, 1,000 more have fallen into silence, shattered, swallowed, or simply forgotten. We gaze into the night sky in search of life, of meaning, of companionship across the void. But most of what we find is emptiness, cold worlds, broken orbits, scars and starlight. These are the exoplanet graveyards, invisible cemeteries scattered across the Milky Way, not marked by tombstones, but by gaps in dust rings, spectral pollution, and orbital chaos. Their bones are not buried in soil, but suspended in vacuum, and their eulogies are written in the radiation of dying stars. To find them is to peer into a deeper layer of the universe, a gallery of the unfinished and the undone. The birth of a planetary system begins in dust. Microscopic particles floating in a disk around a newborn star start to collide, sticking together, building up over time. This dance of chance and gravity leads to the formation of planetesimals, building blocks of worlds. But this is not a clean process. It is chaotic, messy, violent, and for many of these seeds, the journey ends before it truly begins. Some collide too quickly and shatter. Others are flung into the void by gravitational ricochets. Many are consumed by their own stars, dragged inward before they could ever solidify. The evidence is subtle: slight asymmetries in debris disks, irregular clumps, empty regions where something should have been. Astronomers sometimes describe these zones as planetary scars, wounds where formation failed. Here lie the first graves, not of civilizations or even landscapes, but of possibility itself. Some planets form. They grow large. They pull themselves into spheres. They were atmospheres and trace orbits. For a time, they are worlds in every sense of the word. But their deaths are no less certain. In young, unstable systems, gas giants often migrate inward. Their massive gravities disturb everything in their path, like wrecking balls through a delicate mobile. Terrestrial planets are caught in the crossfire. Some are hurled into distant orbits, frozen, unlit, and lifeless. Others are dragged too close to their parent star and cooked into deserts of molten rock. But many are worse off. They are physically torn apart. Tidal forces beyond comprehension can rip a planet to shreds. Its crust fragments. Its mantle is scattered like confetti. The iron core may survive, briefly, before it too is dismantled by relentless gravitational strain. What's left? A glowing ring of dust, a trail of debris, a faint signature of silicates and vaporized stone in the spectrum of a distant sun. The planet is gone, but its echo remains, circling like a phantom. Stars are born as providers. They radiate warmth and energy. They create the conditions for life and light. But they are not eternal, and they are not benign. Every star harbors the power to destroy its children. Over billions of years, even the most stable star exerts tidal forces that can destabilize planetary orbits. Minute by minute, year by year, planets spiral inward. Eventually, they cross the threshold, the Roche limit, beyond which no planet can hold itself together. Here, a grim ballet unfolds. The atmosphere is the first to go, stripped away like silk in a storm. Then the crust begins to deform. Friction heats the core. Surface materials slew off into glowing arcs, like planetary blood. And finally, the core is devoured. Some of these deaths are visible. Astronomers detect ultraviolet flares, strange absorption lines, and even metallic pollution in the light of aging stars. We know something was lost, but not always what it was. A planet? A moon? A potential home? All we see is the aftermath. Not all dead worlds are broken. Some are banished. In the early chaos of formation, or in the distant aftershocks of stellar evolution, some planets are cast adrift. Ejected by gravitational interactions, they leave behind their stars, their systems, their light. They become rogue planets, wandering alone in the interstellar void. No sun, no orbit, no seasons, only darkness. Endless, eternal darkness. These lonely nomads may number in the billions. Some are larger than Jupiter. Others are barely more than drifting rocks. Some may still retain internal heat. A few may even carry subsurface oceans, shielded by crust and pressure. But most are cold, dead, forgotten, each one a failed world, a coffin hurtling through space, and we will likely never know their names. Even stars die. When a medium-sized star like our sun burns through its fuel, it collapses into a white dwarf, a dense, dim remnant of stellar glory. What becomes of the planets that once orbited it? Some are vaporized in the stellar expansion. Others are ejected as the system destabilizes. But a few remain, only to be slowly, inevitably torn apart. We have seen it. With telescopes peering across light years, we detect metal-rich pollution in the atmospheres of white dwarfs. Calcium, magnesium, iron. These elements should not be there. They do not belong in a star's outer layers. They are the fingerprints of planetary destruction, the final breath of ancient worlds, absorbed by the husk of the star that once gave them life. This is not just a graveyard. It is a cosmic autopsy. The idea of failed planets is not a cosmic horror. It is a statistical certainty. The truth is, the vast majority of planets that form will not last. They will not harbor life. They will not tell stories. They will never be seen. And yet, their failures matter. Because in every shattered world, in every broken orbit and scorched surface, we find context. We find contrast. We understand, with greater clarity, just how rare and fragile our own existence is. Earth is not just a planet. It is a survivor, a single green ember in a galaxy littered with ash. Not all planets are destroyed by stars. Sometimes, the killers are their neighbors. In the crowded chaos of early planetary systems, bodies jostle for dominance. Orbits intersect. Collisions are not rare, they are inevitable. Planets collide. Cores merge. Atmospheres are stripped. One planet consumes another, growing heavier, hotter, more volatile. This violent growth is known as planetary cannibalism, a hidden history written in the metal-rich composition of giant exoplanets. Their iron cores are too large, their magnetic fields too strong. As if their birth wasn't enough, and they had to feast on siblings to survive. Some stars, too, reveal evidence of cannibalism. Polluted with lithium and heavy elements, they bear the scars of having consumed whole planets, devoured by their parent stars in final, desperate spirals. In these systems, evolution is not gentle. It is predatory, and survival demands consumption. Even in the heavens, there are apex predators. Not every grave is violent. Some planets die a quieter death, entombed in ice, lightless still, far from their stars or cast adrift as rogues. These frozen worlds enter hibernation. Oceans freeze. Atmospheres collapse into the ground. Magnetic fields fade. Geological activity ceases. What remains is a shell, a husk of rock and ice adrift in perfect silence. No light, no heat, no time. These are the cold tombs of planetary evolution. Planets that may once have held oceans, even life, now frozen in place. Their histories preserved beneath kilometers of ice. Perhaps one day we'll land on one, drill through its frozen skin, read its glacial records like a story told in reverse. But for now, they drift, unseen, unfelt, planets that didn't explode, but simply stopped. Not every planetary system settles into calm. Some are trapped in perpetual chaos, locked in gravitational resonance, with unstable orbits that never find balance. In these systems, stability is a myth. Prediction is impossible. Order is an illusion. Planets swing wildly. Orbits elongate. Close encounters reshape their paths every few million years. Tidal forces heat their cores until they crack. Moons are stripped away. Some crash into their stars. Others are hurled into space.